Hello dear students, welcome you all for the third session of the fifth chapter, 6th semester Mangalore University BCom. In this session we are going to discuss blocked credit and transfer of credit. So my session will be on blocked credit or goods on which ITC is not available, and next we will discuss on transfer of credit. So let's straight away discuss blocked credit or goods on which ITC is not available. So what are the goods or what are the services on which there is no credit available or credit is blocked? Blocked means no credit. So let's discuss one by one. The first one is motor vehicle and other conveyances except in the following cases. So motor vehicles and other conveyances are not allowed to get the benefit of input tax credit. That means the input tax credit will not be shown in the electronic ledger of the account except the following cases. That is, if the motor vehicle and other conveyances are used for the further supply of such vehicles and conveyances. In the sense, if it is engaged in the business of supplying motor vehicles or conveyances, then you can use the ITC, you can get the benefit of the credit. Then, if the motor vehicles and other conveyances are using their means to transport of passengers, if they are involving in the business of transportation of passengers, then they are allowed to get the benefit of ITC. Then if the motor vehicle and conveyances impart training on driving, flying, again if they are involving in the business of providing training on driving, flying, etc., then ITC can be claimed by these motor vehicle and conveyance businesses. So except only 3 cases, rest all other cases ITC is not available. Then the following supply of goods or services are both. So there are certain goods or services for which there is no ITC available. So what are the goods or services? Let's see. First one is goods and services like food and beverages. So if you are engaging in the business of supply of food and beverages or outdoor catering or health services or cosmetics and plastic surgery, all these businesses or all supply of all these items will not be eligible to get the ITC. Then second one, membership of a club, health and fitness center. So if you are running any membership, any club, or if you are running any health and fitness center, then you are not eligible to use the ITC even though if you purchase anything for running a club or health and fitness center. Then third one, rent a cab, life insurance, health insurance, etc. So all these businesses also will not be able to avail the benefit of ITC. If you are giving your cab for a rent, or if you are involving in the business of life insurance or health insurance, then you are not eligible to get the benefit of ITC. Then the last one, leave travel concession allowed to employees. If the leave travel concession facility, it is a service given to the employee, and for which if you buy anything or whatever, to claim that service, if you spend anything, you will not be able to get the ITC benefit. Next one, third one, works contract services when supplied for construction of immovable property except plant and machinery. So when works contract services are supplied for construction of immovable property, then you cannot claim ITC benefit except for plant and machinery. But if that service is used as an input for further supply of works contract service, then on that case it is used. In the sense, if it is used as a furtherance of business, then it can be ITC can be claimed. But when you are using the works contract for immovable property, then the service ends there itself. So that's why you cannot claim the ITC. Then fourth one, goods and services both received by a taxable person for construction of immovable property except plant and machinery. So if you are receiving any goods and services by a taxable person for construction of immovable property, so here there is no furtherance of business. The business will end by constructing the property. So in that case there is no benefit of ITC except for plant and machinery. So here also plant and machinery is excluded from this. The next one, fifth one, goods and services both received by a non-resident taxable person. So if any goods or any services received, that means if you purchase by a non-resident taxable person, then 100% there is no credit available to him. Then goods and services are both used for personal consumption. See, The main criteria for getting the benefit of ITC is the goods and services should be used for business purpose. So if you are using for other purposes other than business, then you cannot claim the benefit of ITC. So that is as per the law. So these are the, then seventh one, goods lost, stolen, destroyed, written up. If any goods is lost, or if it is stolen, or if it is destroyed, written off, there is no existence of goods itself. There is no good itself. So on that good you cannot claim the ITC because it is not there itself. There is no existence. So these are the various items on which there is no credit or ITC is not available. Then transfer of input tax credit. So when now the question is, can we transfer the credit? So when the question of transfer arises, only when you sell your business, when you merge your business into with other business, that time there is a question of transfer of credit. So whatever the credit that you have in your electronic ledger account, that can be shifted to other person. So whether it is possible, yes, it is possible in GST. So that's what we are going to discuss now. So a registered taxpayer can apply for transfer of input tax credit that is available in the electronic ledger. So he can apply for that. So there is a procedure which is suggested by GST Act itself. So what is the procedure? Let's see. So it can be transferred to another business organization in by way of sale of business or merger or demerger. So only in this case you can transfer your credit, because when you are selling your business is no more, so that you can transfer. When you merge with another business, so you can transfer with the another company. So even in the case of demerger also, demerger in the sense merge two companies which are merged, now they are coming out of their merger, they become the independent entities. So that time also you can avail the benefit of transfer of input tax credit. So for that, ITC declaration in form GST ITC2 has to be filled to transfer. So this is very important document. This is the criteria to transfer the credit. So there is a declaration of ITC. So that declaration in the sense this much credit is available in the electronic ledger for this year. So that declaration has to be filled in form GST ITC 02. Then only you can avail the benefit of transfer of input tax credit. Now provisions related to transfer of ITC. So the first provision is filling up of GST ITC 02, that is mandatory. Without filling that, you will not be able to get the benefit of transfer of ITC. So that is what stated here. In case of any institution or any company or anything undergo sale, merger or demergers, amalgamation or lease or transfer, the institution or organization must file in the form GST ITC 02. The second one, the acquired or transferor institution. So acquired in the sense the business which sells itself, or transferred in the sense the business which transferred to other business should match their input tax credit available in the electronic credit ledger. So they have to match whether it is matching with the electronic credit ledger account or not. So they should match their input tax credit available with the electronic ledger account. So when they should match, from the date of merger itself. On the date of merger itself, they have to match the credit. Then the transferee and the transferor should have GST registration. So this is another criteria. If you don't have any GST registration, then there is no question of transferring your ITC. So both should have the registration. Only then you can transfer the credit to another entity. The transferor should file GST return in the past periods. So the business which wants to sell itself, if they want to transfer the credit also, they should have filed the return, GST return in the past years or past periods. Whatever the mandatory returns have to be filed, it has to be filed by the transferor institution. All the pending transactions related to merger, sale, acquisition should be completed. There should not be any pending transactions. Okay, there should be any pending transaction related to merger or sale, acquisition. Everything should be completed. Then only you can transfer the credit. If something is pending, if half work is done and still you want to transfer the credit to the institution, other institution, no, it cannot be done. So if you are selling means completely it has to be sold. If you are merging means completely it has to be merged. Then only you can transfer the credit. The input tax credit that can be transferred. Now, which credit can be transferred? So, as I told you, only the matched credit can be transferred. So, matched ITC balance available in the transferor's electronic credit ledger. Whatever it is there in the electronic credit ledger, and that credit is matched, that will be transferred. That's all. So, other than matched credit, you cannot transfer. Then ITC appearing under major heads such as central tax, state tax or union territory tax or integrated tax or cess can be transferred by filling the form GST ITC 02. So these are the two, this is what available to transfer, whatever the balance ITC available in the electronic credit ledger, and to in order to transfer here GST in the sense, credit in the sense, all credit. So there are 4 types of taxes in GST: central GST, state GST, UT GST, and IGST, and all this, then plus GST cess if it is there, that also can be transferred by filling the form GST ITC 02. So that's all regarding blocked credit and transfer of credit. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.